What's up, freaks? Listen up, Steve Eckert here, and I want to do an update on the bicep progress since injuring it and not having surgery. I originally planned to do this every week or every couple weeks, but this video is going to be pretty much from week 8 until right now, which is about week 20. So a long section of progress right here. So first off, I get a lot of comments and people are like, well, you're stupid. You made a bad decision by not getting surgery. You're going to lose strength there. The muscle's going to shrink and all this other stuff. Listen, there's no guarantee when you get surgery, first of all, but to me, it wasn't worth the downtime. They're telling me the things that you're not gonna be able to screw a screwdriver or have functional rotation and whatever else. For me, quality of life, so far, we're talking weeks 8 through 20. I'm gonna break it all down for you, show you a bunch of little tools here I've been using and some rehab exercises I've been doing that might be able to help you out. But first off, so at about 8 or 9 weeks, I finally went to go get physical therapy and just to learn what I don't know, to see what I don't know. I have my list here I've been logging it as I go, so I'm just gonna go off my notes here. About week 7, before I went to that physical therapy on week 8, I tried the assisted pull-up machine and did some assisted pull-ups. And then week 8, right before I went to physical therapy, I wanted to see where I was at. So I did 2 full extended overhand pull-ups. That was week 8 after the injury. So about week 8, 8.5 weeks in. Then on chest day, which the pulling movements is what irritates, and the stretch and the pull on the bicep is what irritates the most. So pushing movements weren't affected that much. So I went up to 50-pound dumbbells at around week 9 to see how it was, and for reps. I tried it, I think, week 8 for just like a set of 10. It was good. So week 9, I stuck with the 50-pound dumbbells to see, all right, how much endurance can I have there? I did like 31 or 32 reps with 50-pound dumbbells. So it was obviously improving there and not affecting endurance on pushing movements at all. Also around week 9, 10, I could start getting a little movement. I could start seeing when I'm moving my arm, the bicep was moving. Because at first, you could see there's some movement up and down. It was getting zero movement. I would do that, and it would just be jiggling and drooped down to the side like a popped water balloon. And so I was able to start flexing a little bit at like week 9, 10. And with the training, I started upping the training after the physical therapy. I had another follow-up Zoom with the surgeon at week, I don't remember what it was, 10 or something. And he pretty much said, it's not going to get any worse. Anything I feel in here, like there's all kinds of weird stuff I feel in here. It almost feels like there's a tendon still attached. But he said, this is all just scar tissue. It's just still rehabilitating from the trauma of it. He said, you could pretty much go as hard as you want. You may strain it, and then you just have to ease off and make it inflame, but just don't be stupid. Go as hard as you want. There was really no restriction or limitation. By the time I talked to the surgeon, I thought I had the week when I talked to him, but I guess I didn't put that on here. I just remember now, I wasn't even in my notes here. It's right about week 10. And so I went to physical therapy. I want to show you some of the things I did there. So I started with a 3-pound dumbbell, and I was doing, maybe stand up here for a second, if you could at least see the arm, palm down and slowly lifting up, turning the palm up, and then a 3 to 5 second slow release down. I had to start with a 3-pound dumbbell on those. I probably could have done more, but I was doing 3 sets of 15. And since I was doing this arm, I would just do this arm with a little bit heavier weight, just for why not keep this side healthy at the same time? So I'd do those, and then eventually went up to 8 pounds and then 10 pounds. Now I'm doing it with 20, 25 pounds, no problem, and still getting the twist in there. Something else that they use at physical therapy to test the grip strength, I haven't actually tested this now in a couple weeks, I'm gonna need to test it again. I was improving by many pounds of pressure or however it goes up to 264 pounds. My left and right pretty much got equal. The right hand caught up to the left. The injured arm caught up to the uninjured arm pretty much. Maybe a slight difference, but it really was not any difference. And they're both improving. The grip strength is test your grip. You squeeze it, you hold it, and it gives you a thing, and you track it. So I have them stored in there. I have 2 sections stored, one for the left arm, one for the right arm. I don't know what it is. It's just some grip thing you've probably seen. It's like $20 on Amazon. Also, they had me do is these wrist pronation, supination drills. So just putting my hand off the edge of a thing, holding the end of a dumbbell. And again, start with 3-pounders. And this, I went up to 15-pounders actually. And holding the end and turning it all the way as far as I can, slow rotating across as far as I can get, just to get that functionality back in here, the range of motion in here, the mobility back in there, strengthen up the injured areas, and I would do 3 sets of 15 of those. And I've gone again, and so you could hold it on the end, and it makes it a lot heavier because it's going out to the side. So here I'm in a 10-pounder doing that freaking easy holding the end. But then sometimes if it was sore, I would hold it in the middle and do it the same way. So these I started at week 9 and literally do that 3 to 5 times a week. Still here at week 20. So it takes dedication, takes being disciplined and seriousness. That's why I went out and bought stupid shit like this. Saying you need to go get this thing, no, but it's like when I was sitting there watching TV or something, there's a whole bunch of different exercises that you could do on here just to strengthen up, get the dexterity back in the fingers. And you can see when I'm squeezing here, is working all kinds of little things in the forearms. Do you need to get this? Probably not, but I was gonna go all out and do whatever I can. I also got some advanced kind of grip training things where you can change it here. This one I liked better because the grips move straight back instead of like usually it's like a triangle where it arcs in. This one pulls straight back, so I get to get even work on it, and it goes up pretty tight, pretty good amount of resistance. I could get it all the way, and even on the highest resistance, on the worst arm, the bad arm, I still can get it in there. And so again, that was all started after the physical therapy. I ordered all this shit and started doing these exercises 3 times a day or 3 sets. So 3, sometimes I would break it up throughout the day, the sets, depending on how I felt. And that's been since week 9 till now, week 20. So 11 weeks I've been doing this stuff. Even though it's feeling better, I'm like, why wouldn't I keep doing it on here? They also give me a lot of chest stretches. I did a lot of chest stretches because part of probably what caused this to slip up and the tightness was a lot tightness in my chest and shoulder, and probably some tightness in the biceps. So I do chest stretches also, 3 sets of 30 seconds each in 3 positions, way up high against a pole, 90 degrees here, and then angled down low against pole. I do 30 seconds, all 3 of those positions, each side, pretty much 7 days a week. There's a couple days here and there I won't do them, but almost 7 days a week I do those stretches, which made me then start thinking about my hips and legs and hamstrings. And why do I get knee strains? I mean, other than doing all the stupid shit I do, but I started making me start thinking about what other stretches I need to do. So it made my stretching and realized I just need to stretch a lot more. I would do quick, like active dynamic stretches before the workouts, but I need to do these holding stretches. So those are just some of the exercises I did. And I was at an event where I was speaking in Arizona, a pretty big event, large crowd, hundreds of people. And before the event, I'm working out in the gym beforehand, and you got to subdue your ego. I'm in there with 5-pound dumbbells. My son is doing 10-pound, 20-pound dumbbells and stuff. I'm sitting there with a 5-pound dumbbell, sitting here doing this, doing like a modified slow motion TRX row. I started doing around week 10, 11, toe tap pull-ups. So I'd hold my hands on the bar, on a bar where my feet could touch the ground, and I'd touch my feet to the ground every time and get a hop coming up and try to resist down as much as I can and touch my feet once I felt it start pulling a little too much. But functionality, I've done tons of traveling and trips and airports, carrying heavy luggage, picking heavy luggage in and out. And I stuff my luggage like crazy, 50, 60, 70 pounds between exercise equipment, supplements, guns, and ammo. My luggage is heavy as hell, usually close to 70 pounds each bag. And I was picking them up, in and out, moving around, just without even thinking about it, just functional, grabbing it, holding it, no issues with it. So really the conclusion I came to by about week 12, by week 12, the conclusion I came to was, if you were prepared for the storm, you'll be able to handle the freaking storm. Meaning if you were taking care of yourself before, strong and lifting weights and doing your cardio and your conditioning and your strength work regularly, consistently, disciplined for years and years, when some shit goes wrong like that, you can handle it. Now, I get guys that message me online and they're out of shape and they have the same tear and like, do you think I should not get the surgery like you did? And I'm never gonna tell someone else what they should do, but after asking them some kind of qualifying questions, it turns out they haven't been strengthening themselves. They haven't been in shape. Probably for them, the best option is surgery because their rest of their body's not going to be able to take over for that lack of movement, and they probably will go straight downhill from there. So for someone like that, but someone that's been training and strong and semi-athletic and been lifting weights, now you have options. You basically have options, and your surgeon will let you know if you have those options or if it's absolutely necessary, you need to do it. So week 8 or week 7 or 8 before the physical therapist, I did 2 pull-ups. Week 9, went to the physical therapist, said, all right, I'm gonna push it more. I got up to 3 pull-ups by about week 10. So now let's go to week 12. 12 to 20, it's gonna kind of condense those down real quick because it's just been fast progress and it's just been improvements from there. And the people who say, well, it's gonna shrink, you're gonna get weaker, all it's done is getting stronger and gotten bigger. And I'm now 47 years old, and it's, even after tearing, it's still like, this might not look like a lot to you. So if you look at this side, obviously this is gonna flex a lot more. This side is not flexing yet, it's just there. But look, that upward movement is a fucking ton more than it was able to do. See that? I can actually ball it up a little bit. And yeah, there's like 2.5 inches of dead space here. Even doing that squeeze, it's still sometimes like I'm sore. I trained hard as hell this last week, and I'll get to those things I've been doing in a second. So sometimes will the elbow get sore? It actually, my elbow gets a lot less sore than from before the injury. It just gets sore once in a while. If I'm doing a real extreme workout, it'll get crazy sore. But in general, my elbows actually get less sore. I don't know if it's because I'm doing a lighter workload or something that was just pulling, just got ripped and unattached, so the tension is now no longer there. I used to get like a lot of elbow strain here, because I'm a bony freaking dude, so doing the hard work I'm doing and trying to lift heavy and shit like that would always make them sore. So by week 12, I went up to 80-pound dumbbells, got 80 pounders for 3 sets of 10 reps. By week 12, that's 3 months after the injury. Back up to 80 pounds on a chest press, 3 sets of 10, and these are good, slow reps. I come all the way down as if there was a bar. The bar would touch my chest, even though they're dumbbells. I didn't get to barbell yet. I just got back to that in the last probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Then deadlift. That same week that I did the dumbbells, 80 pounds for 3 sets of 10, I did 135-pound deadlift. Yeah, that's 135-pound, one big boy plate on each side, and that's it for sets of 8 to 10. I didn't want to push those, some of them 8 and 9. It would kind of be pulling a little bit, so I just didn't want to go crazy with it. Probably more in my head than anything else, but 135 pounds, 12 weeks in for a deadlift, I'll take that. I thought I would be a year before I could do any kind of deadlift. And I already was back to holding punch mitts. I was already started doing about week 13, 14, hitting the heavy bag again, hitting the heavy bag kind of light. The worst one for boxing is straight punches, straight right punches, because that extension, that snap is where it gets the most strain here. This is actually pretty sore. Today is the most sore this has been because I've been pushing this so hard. But I started doing boxing and holding mitts. I've run events. I've run several different events now with this, where it's very physically demanding, hands-on events. I haven't been doing any kind of grappling or jiu-jitsu because that's like that extra tension that's going to snap and yank on it. So I haven't been doing any jiu-jitsu. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do on that. And that's the downside. Watching people do shit that you want to go and jump in and you're like, damn, I just got to subdue the ego, be a little bitch, and just sit this one out. And can't jump in and do stuff like that. But I've been through now several, I don't even know, 5, 6 events where I've been an instructor of since this has happened and just dealing with it. There was one event I did where I make this challenge to these men. 120-pound dumbbells, you take those blue fat grips, you put them on them, and they have to take 12 steps, walking, sometimes I say 10, sometimes 12. Let's say 10 steps. 10 steps, just holding those 120-pound dumbbells with those fat grips over them. It's kind of a challenge I make these men. We make a little bet, a little wager, depending on if they think someone in their group can do it, and then we see. And sometimes the double or nothing bet is they challenge me to do it. And with the screwed up arm, if I had to, I would have attempted it and did it, but luckily they didn't take the double or nothing. They thought twice about it and didn't do it. But after they didn't take the bet, I had to see if I still could, so I still picked them up and just did like 2 steps of them just to see that I could still do it. And if I had to do 10, I would have got the 10 steps. Probably would have stretched it, would have been sore, would have been inflamed it for a few days, wouldn't have really been worth it, but I had to see if I could actually do it. So I did pick up the 120-pound dumbbells for farmer's walk, 120 pounds in each hand with the fat grips, which makes it twice as freaking hard. What else was there? There was the cable row machine. The cable row machine that we do in the gym. Not the seated cable row, but the like whatever the hell kind of machine that is, Life Fitness, whatever. Max that out by week, whatever, probably 14. That thing was maxed out, already able to do sets of like 10, 12, 15, even up to 20 with the entire stack on there, full range of motion on there, maxed it out. And then went back to pull-ups. And finally, about week, looking at the numbers here, this just says week 12 to 20. Around week 16, probably week 18, somewhere around there, between 16 and 18, got 2 sets of 10 full dead hang pull-ups. Now, I don't do those pull-ups with all the kipping and all this momentum. I don't even bend my knees. My legs are straight, ankles interlocked together, touching the entire time, body completely stiff, moving straight up and down, got 2 sets of 10. That was 4 months in, so that was week 16. The note here says 4 months. And I still haven't missed a day of training this entire time. Not a single day off of training since it's happened. I'm talking 7 days a week. I don't really take any days off ever. I wasn't gonna let this stop me and start having days off now. So I still haven't missed a day of training. I've run live events. I've run a live event here at my house for men where we did 4 workouts in one day, 4 hard training sessions in a day. I've done Operation Black Site, a couple of classes, which are 3-day events, very hands-on, physical. I've done shooting. I've done my shooting certifications. I've shot in all types of guns already. 0 issue. And right now I'm at week 20. And I'm starting to be able to squeeze it harder. It's getting, will it ever look normal? No, but I don't care. I'll never really care about the look. I care about the functionality and not having the downtime. So then I finally went to barbells. Deadlift, I got up to 205, and that was for a set of 8 on deadlift with the barbell. Not a lot for a deadlift. That's a overall pretty weak deadlift, but 205 for a set of 8. The only thing holding it back is the arm. Legs, body, back, hips, everything can handle it. It's just not keeping that pressure on this arm too much. But I'm confident I could do even a lot more than that. Obviously I could, because I did the 120-pound dumbbells with a fat grip. But on the barbell, up to 205. On the chest press, also only went up to 205 because the dumbbells are it's weird. Dumbbells were a little more normal. The barbell, the stabilizing with this, the joint here was a little off. And plus I don't barbell bench press much anyway for the last, I don't even know, 5, 6, 8 years, just because I feel better with the dumbbells. I can maneuver them. I can get into the right position. I can kind of tuck my elbows a little bit better. And so I don't do the barbell that much anyway. It kind of stiffens up my shoulders and all that. So, but I did go up to 205 on the barbell and chest press and 205 on the deadlift. So that's basically where it is. And I've gotten tons of messages from guys that have seen these videos, how these videos have helped you. So I hope it's helped you out. Try some of those exercises, the rotation, the rotating bicep curl, the pronation, supination with the dumbbell. Test your grip strength. I'd be driving, I'd be working on my grip strength the whole time, so it's there. My grip strength probably right now is just as strong or stronger than ever. My forearms are probably just as strong from doing all these accessory movements, just as strong or stronger than ever. And again, I've come to the conclusion that if you've been staying in shape and taking care of yourself, your body will take care of you, and then you at least have options. You're not forced to have to told you need to go get surgery. Someone who's fat, unhealthy, not taking care of themselves, they're probably going to have surgery. They're not going to be able to work around it and just get back on track and just as strong or even stronger later. Is it ever going to be bulging Hulkmania 24-inch biceps? It was never going to be anyway. I'm freaking skinny as hell, so I'm not too worried about that. And I've had tons of other men also, 50-year-old, 60-year-old men who are active in doing all kinds of sports and farming, from farmers to jiu-jitsu athletes that have messaged me and told me they decided also not to get the surgery because they've been taking care of themselves for all these years with strength training and lifting weights. So that's the key. That's the foundation to everything. Your health, your fitness, your nutrition, taking care of yourself, your mental, physical, and emotional fitness is the highest priority of anything out there. You do that shit so that you can go and serve other people, help other people, and deal with shit that happens to you when it happens to you, like injuries like this. So that's where we are, 12 weeks, 12 to 20, and I'll do another update probably a couple months from now because all I see is it improving from here, and then probably around a year, I'll do another major update to kind of really see what is the year and see what the growth of the muscle is. But the fact that that's actually semi-solid, nowhere near as solid as this arm, But the fact that it's semi-solid, this was mush, a ball of mush, shows me it's capable of still building strength, building muscle, tightening up, and looks deformed. I don't care. I'm already messed up enough as it is. So I hope this stuff helps you. Put the comments, questions down below. What are you dealing with? How has your recovery process been? Or if you have any questions for me that I didn't answer here, shoot a comment down below, and I'll jump in there and I'll answer that for you. Let me know how it goes. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Check out the other videos. This is the third video in this series, so check out the first two if you haven't watched them already, kind of detailing the progress and the process up until this point. This video was weeks 8 to 20. The first one was weeks 1 to 4, and then the second one was weeks pretty much 4 to 7, 8, or something like that, or whatever, around there. So check out those first two videos. Check them out. Put the comments down below. How is your recovery process going? Let me know any questions you have. And in case no one told you yet today, you are freaking awesome. No excuses.